Praise the Lord, everyone. Happy Monday. Happy July. God is just so good. I just thank God for just allowing me to cross over into the second half of 2024. Here we are at July the 1st, the second half of 2024. God has allowed us to cross over. If you are seeing this video, that means God has allowed you to cross over into the second half of this year, and this means that He is not finished with you yet. God is so good. I am just forever grateful to just be alive. Like, God is just so good. This year has been challenging. I've been through transition. I'm still in transition, but I just thank God. I just thank God for how He has been covering me, how He has been providing for my every need and more, throughout this season, this year, just being in and out of work, just not having stable work. But God has been showing up and showing out in my life, and I just cannot thank God enough. I am just excited for this new month of July, just the second half of this year. I believe it's going to be so much greater. I know some of you all may have had a rough first 6 months, but I pray that your next 6 months, from July to December, I pray that it will be so much better for you, because I truly believe that the best is yet to come. God is just so good. I just truly believe that He has used this past 6 months to prepare me for this next 6 months. Like, I am just forever grateful. God is just so good. So welcome to Motivational Monday. Here we are. Happy July, the 1st of July. Wow, God is just so good. It's just such a beautiful day on today. We got some rain here yesterday, and I got to take a walk on this morning, and it was just so windy and just so beautiful. Like, God is just so, so good. So what I want to talk about on today, I want to encourage you all to be grateful, to be content in the little that you have, to be content in the little that you have in this season. Are you being faithful over the little, over the few things that God has given you? God is just so good. Be grateful for whatever it is that you have. Like, just be grateful. Just be grateful. Just be grateful. God is just so good. Literally this morning, I was able to go to the store, and I'm on Snap or whatever, and my Snap got cut for the month of July or whatever. I was expecting it to go up because, again, I haven't worked since May the 28th, so I'm expecting an increase or whatever. And I got my paper in the mail last week, and it says it was going to be decreasing from $81 to $23. So I'm like, so I got on the phone, I reached out to them and reached out again, left voice message, and they told my caseworker, and they got me to leave a message with the supervisor, and I did all of that, and still nothing yet. But that's okay, because I know God got me. He has already shown me that He is my provider. Not a job, not my bank account, not even food stamps. None of that is my provider. God is my provider. I remember in November 2023, my food stamps had got cut. They went from 106 all the way to like 30 some dollars, and it just didn't make sense, because I told them that my hours was going to be getting cut. November they got cut, December they got cut. December it was like 30 some or 40 some, January 30 or 40 some, February 30 or 40 some, March 30 or 40 some, and then April's 30 or 40 some. Keep in mind that I have been unstable, I'm barely working, so it's no reason why they should be getting cut. And I was like, just trusting God. God was just continuing to provide for me, making sure that I have everything I need. When May came, God allowed my stamps to go up from $40 to $148. That was nobody but God. Then when June came, they got cut to 81 because I was working in May. Like I said, I'm in and out of work all this year. It's been unstable. So that means my food stamps constantly go up, down, up, down, up, down, like a roller coaster. So when they went up in May, 148, they dropped back down in June to 81, and now July, I'm expecting an increase. I reported, I reported I'm not working. I haven't worked since May the 28th, and I got the paper in the mail last week that your stamp will be decreasing from 81 to 23. So I'm like, okay. And I called, like I said, trying to figure it out because they're trying to say increase in income when really it's been a decrease in income. I haven't worked since May 28th. I showed them the text message from my supervisor proving all of that. But I was like, you know what? I did my part. I'm not going to worry about it. I know God got me. So you know what I did? Took my butt to that store today and used that $20 that was on my stamp. I used it. It was $23. And I said, Lord, I thank you for this. This will help me to budget even the more, to be even strategic. Because the plan today was for me to go grocery shopping, to shop for 2 weeks. But since my food stamps wasn't 100 and something like I was expecting, because I reported the decrease, and I'm expecting my stamps to go back to 148. But no, they went to 23. I'm like, okay, you know what? Go to the store and just get food for a few days. It's not like you're completely out of food. Just get enough for a few days. So I walked in that store happy, getting a few things, only spent 20 some dollars on my stamp, still got $3 in my stamp. I got food for the rest of the week. And I was like, Lord, I thank you. God is just so good. He is just so good. And I'm trusting that if it's his will for my stamp to increase, that they will increase. Because I do plan on reaching out again today to see about my case, because they could still increase them sometime this month. But in the meantime, I'm just being grateful and I'm being content with what I have. And I was like, you know what? It don't even matter. Even if they don't increase, God has already shown me that he is bigger than that. He has already shown me that he is bigger and he is able to provide and he is able to come through in other ways. So I don't got no reason to worry, because whether they increase or whether they decrease, I'm still going to have food to eat. God has already shown me that he is my provider. He is my provider. He is my provider. And I cannot thank him enough. He just constantly providing and providing and providing and providing and providing. Every time I turn around, God is providing for me. He's always providing, making sure that I have everything that I need and more. Literally, just this past Tuesday night, I was on my last water bottle. And I didn't know what I was going to do. All I had was 37 cents in my bank account. I was like, Lord, please touch somebody's heart overnight. Let me wake up to a random payment on Wednesday so I can go to the store, XYZ. Tell me why I went to sleep that night or whatever. Tell me why I woke up to a random $50 payment. That was nobody but God. This payment was sent at 4 a.m. in the morning. Like, I cannot thank God enough. I was able to go to the store, get the water, my hand soap, and the stuff that I needed. Like, God is constantly providing, so it don't even matter. He has shown me that he is my provider, not my job, not my bank account, not food stamps, none of that. He is my provider. And I cannot thank God enough how he has been providing, making sure I have everything I need and more. So I don't know, maybe there is someone on here today and you are trusting God to provide for you. Today is the first. Maybe you don't know how you're going to pay your rent or how you're going to pay your bills. Maybe you don't have food. Maybe you don't know where your next meal is coming from. Maybe you're out of some things that you need to get personal care, whatever the situation is. I'm here to let you know that God is able to provide for you. Trust God to provide for you. He's able to provide for your every need and more. Like his word says, and my God shall supply all my needs according to his riches and glory. You know what that means? It don't have nothing to do with us. It is according to his riches and glory. It's according to his riches and glory. It don't have nothing to do with us. It's not your job. It's not your bank account. It's not whatever it is that you do. Maybe you DoorDash, maybe you Uber, maybe you do hair. It don't matter how you get income. It don't matter. None of that is your provider. That's just a resource. That's just a resource. That's just the resource that God may be using to provide for you. But I'm here to tell you that it's not the only way. Don't put God in a box. Don't limit God. Don't think it's the only way you can get the things that you need is if you have a job. Because I'm here to let you know you do not have to have a job. God may be having you in a season of rest. Who knows? I don't know. Maybe someone on here just lost their job and you don't know how you're going to do this. You don't know how you're going to do that. And I encourage you to trust God because he is able to take care of you. He is able to take care of you better than a job ever could. He's able to take care of you better than a job ever will. It don't matter what your bank account say. You can be at your last 50 cents and God is able to touch somebody's heart to bless you, to sow into you, so you can get whatever it is that you need. God is your provider. God is your provider. He wants us to depend on him. He don't want us to depend on a job. He don't want us to depend on all these things. He wants us to depend on him and to trust him. God is our provider. God is our provider. So this season right now, be content with with whatever it is you have. Be content with the little. Be faithful with the small things that you may have right now. Maybe you do not have everything that you want. Maybe you do not have everything that you want in this season. Be content in whatever season that you may be in. Be grateful for the little that you have. The little that you have. Maybe you don't have everything that you want right now. Be grateful. Maybe you don't have, things that you want. But be grateful for the little that you have, the food, the water, the clothes, whatever it is. Be grateful for the little that you have. Because I'm here to let you know, if you cannot be grateful for the little that you have right now, then you will not appreciate the overflow that God may have for you in the future. We have to be grateful in the season that we're currently in, and know that every season that we're in is necessary for our next. Every season that we're in is necessary for our next. Be grateful. Be grateful. Be grateful. Be grateful. Wake up in the morning thanking God for waking you up, your right mind, the activities of your limbs, food to eat, clothes on your back, shoes on your feet. There is so much to thank God for. Air conditioner, heat. There is so much to thank God for. I don't take nothing lightly or for granted. I don't take nothing lightly or for granted. I can't take nothing lightly or for granted, because everything I have is because of God. Everything that I have comes from God. I am who I am because of God, and I cannot thank him enough. I can't take nothing lightly or for granted. I give God all the glory, all the honor. It all belongs to him. It all belongs to him. I cannot thank him enough. I cannot thank him enough. I don't take nothing lightly for granted. I don't take food for granted. I don't take clothes for granted. I don't take water for granted. I don't take nothing for granted. I know what it's like to not have, to be homeless, not knowing this and X, Y, and Z. I remember being homeless for 7 months, bouncing around from place to place, not knowing, my next, not knowing what's going on. One of the darkest seasons in my life. 7 months homeless, bouncing around from place to place, room to room. But God was providing. He was providing, making sure I had everything I need. And last year, June 2023, he blessed me with my own place while working 8 hours a week. While working 8 hours a week. No, I couldn't afford it, but God, he got me approved, and I cannot thank him enough. I'm here to tell you that God is bigger than whatever situation you're facing. If it's God's will, then it will happen. It don't matter what your bank account look like. It don't matter the kind of job you have. It don't matter if you have a job. It don't matter. When God is ready to bless you, all of that means nothing. All of that means nothing. It means nothing. So don't limit God. Don't put God in a box thinking, oh, the only way this going to happen is if I have a job. Maybe you're believing God for an apartment right now. Maybe you're trying to figure out how you're going to get an apartment because you don't have the money to save. My situation was I didn't have the money to save. I was only working 8 hours a week. So when I was living in that toxic environment, I couldn't save. It was no way that I could save. I was working 8 hours a week. I was working 8 hours a week. And I did have stuff to pay. I had phone bill, I had transportation, I was paying rent where I was at, And once I got, the message, November 1st, 2022, that you got to be out by March the 1st, 2023, I was like, okay, maybe I can try to save something. Maybe I can try to save something, But then 2 weeks later, I was forced out and I didn't even have time to save. But I thank God. I thank God that I didn't have time to save. I thank God I didn't have the money to save. When I look back over my life back in 2021, when I was working, I was making good money compared to what I'm making now, or what I was making good money, and I just was blowing my money. I really mishandled money back then, back in 2021 and under, or maybe 2022 and under. I really mishandled money back then. But now the way I handle money is just a complete transformation. And I just thank God. I just thank God for helping me to learn how to budget, to manage the little that I have, to make a $20 bill stretch, to make it stretch, to make the little stretch. Like, I cannot thank God enough. I thank God enough. I cannot thank him enough. He is just so awesome. So I'm here to let you know that every season that you're in is necessary. Maybe a lesson that you need to learn in the season that you're in, before you go into that next season, so we can be fully equipped for whatever it is that God has for us next. Because I truly believe the best is yet to come. I truly believe the best is yet to come. Like, I feel so amazing. I feel excited about this new month of July. We know this is the 7th month of the year, and 7, the biblical definition about completion, that means completion, perfection. And I am definitely believing God to complete some things in my life in this month, to perfect some things that's concerning me. Because I'm here to let you know that God cares about every single detail of your life. He cares about every single detail of your life. The things that people don't care about, the things that seem insignificant and unimportant to other people, God cares about that. He cares about that. He cares about that. He cares about every detail of your life, every single detail. And He is so good. He is so good, and He is worthy of all the praise and all the glory and all the honor. It all belongs to Him. It all belongs to Him. Even if we had 1,000,000 tongues, it still wouldn't be enough to thank God. He has been so, so good to us. He has been better than good to us. So I pray that something I said on this Motivational Monday, this beautiful Monday, this 1st of July, the second half of 2024, I pray that it has encouraged you all. It has encouraged you all to step into July excited, ready for what God may be getting ready to do in your life. Expect greater. Expect greater, because I truly believe the best is yet to come. We haven't seen nothing yet. Maybe this first half has been rough for you, but I'm telling you that this next half can be different. God is able to turn it around. He is able to change your story for His glory. He is able to flip the script just like this. He is able to flip the script just like that if it's His will. Trust God. Keep believing. Keep the faith. Don't give up on God, because He will never give up on you. He is able to do exceedingly abundantly above all we could ever ask or think, according to His word in Ephesians 3:20. So I pray that something I said has encouraged you all on July the 1st, this happy Monday. And I pray that you guys have a beautiful, amazing Monday. God bless all of you.